All right, so I just got a download that someone is so sweet on you that they're considering your feelings before their own. Okay? They're considering your feelings before their own. This feels like this is someone who could have done people wrong in the past, and they don't want to do that anymore. I feel like they're in this place where they're ready to turn a new leaf. They don't want to live life in such a way where they are hurting people, because I feel like they were in this way before where they could have approached situations differently, but they just were in their way at the time, because that's just the frequency that they were on. But now that they've ascended, their frequency has ascended, they realize, you know, where they can improve themselves. So that's what they're doing, and that's a good thing. So it's not like I don't want to focus in on the past so much about what they did wrong. It's just to highlight that they see what they did and how they could fix it, so they're fixing it. I think that's beautiful, actually. So let's see. Someone just feels like they can do better in love and be more transparent and be more honest about what they want. I feel like honesty goes a long way. Like, if somebody isn't interested in like long term, they should just say that. If somebody isn't wanting to, if somebody just wants a one-nighter, they should be clear about that. I feel like it's honest, so that nobody gets their feelings hurt and gets confused. And if they choose to go along with whatever the person suggests, then it, you know, it's kind of like, I told you already what it was from me. So giving them a decision to either stay and accommodate what the person is saying, or if they're not willing to do that, or if they don't agree, then they could back out. I feel like that's just respect, because everybody's in a different frequency at a different time in their life. And I also feel like that prevents a person from experiencing really bad karma, you know? This person is in a loving energy. Right now they're a lover boy, lover girl, okay? This is the energy that they're in. They're in a loving energy. Their heart is open. Their heart has opened. And I just feel like you're the lucky one, because okay, so people from their past gonna be mad because you actually received the healed version of this person, is what I'm getting. But their healing may have, you may have been the catalyst of their healing, is what I feel right now. In some way, this person feels left out in the cold by you. Something may have happened between the two of you where you felt like you needed to defend yourself. And so you may have said a few words to this person a while back. But even with that being said, they still want to offer you something. Or this could be, if you don't know this person, this could be a situation where they know how they've treated people in the past and how they reacted towards them. And they were acting in such a way for an extended time. It was like a long time period where I heard they was Georgie Porgy, how you say it? Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie? Georgie Porgy Pudding Pie. Kiss the girls and make them cry. Yeah, so this person was kissing and making people cry because they were in their player energy. It was player energy. They don't want to do that anymore, and they're focusing on this new path of love. Okay, they're no longer interested in the player lifestyle. They want to hang that jersey up. It's retired and it's tired. Okay, that's how they feel. They feel like all that life is tired. I just feel like this person has matured and they don't find any value really in all of the different relations. Now, if they think real hard about it, they'll find value, but it'll be like from a carnal place. They know that the value would just be the feeling, and that's it. But it would be nothing emotional and nothing spiritual. It would just be body hopping at that point. Okay. I feel like this person has done a lot of body hopping in their day. With this Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck. So that means that they were in player energy for a very long time, like years. There's something about you where you help them to see a different way of viewing their way of living. You help them to see something that they didn't see before, and it's causing them to pass judgment on themselves, which is you are the catalyst to their growth, their spiritual growth, and their growth towards love. Like, they want love. They don't want the emptiness of randoms. They want love now. They know how pure love is. They know how healing it is. And they also know how empty it is to just lay down with somebody and then not have that level of intimacy that they desire. They can't have that. You can't have true intimacy with someone that you're going to be with for an hour, if that. Okay, there's no intimacy there. It is what it is, and then it's done. This person is tired of that. So they know what they want, and they want a life with you. They want a life with you because they recognize how they were affecting their future by doing this. Like, they see themselves in a loving family, like a loving family dynamic, and they know they can't have that if they're just sleeping around with a bunch of different people. They'll waste their time with that lifestyle, and then before, it's almost like they were thinking about, before they know it, if they don't start thinking on a more mature level, then they'll be alone. And they don't want to be alone off the strength of having, how can I say this? A wild wand. They didn't want the wild wand to remove their opportunity to have a loving relationship. Yeah, so they fight that. They fought off that aspect of themselves because they knew that wild wand was going to get them in trouble if they didn't tame that thing. They got to strap it to their thigh or something, because that thing was wild. And then the Fool is out too. That's just wild wand energy. Look at that. If that's not wild wand energy, I don't know what is. Why? And he got the wand just swinging it up in the air and everything. This is funny. Oh my. Wild wand on the loose. This person was loose goosing at one point, but they realized that that's not really what they want anymore. You know, it's kind of like this thing where they feel like, I've done that, I lived that lifestyle. Now I think this person's like, I'm getting older. I want someone who I can come home to, somebody I can talk to, somebody I could just like say that you're mine, right? Because they know that if they continue on with this lifestyle, their heart will be broken at the end of it all, because they won't have anybody to give them love and to talk to and to make them feel like a man or a woman, and vice versa. So they want love. That love is real, and it's either like they're thinking, it's either I want love or I want to be alone and heartbroken right here. So that's the main reason why they chose to change their ways, because They don't want that time to come where they're by themselves with all of this wonderful, or it's almost like, how can I say? Imagine somebody has established themselves financially, and then at the end of it all, they don't have anybody to be with. It reminds me of like people who are very successful and end up with no husband or wife after, you know, their success, because they were so focused on their success that they didn't get a chance to have the time to focus on a loving relationship, to actually marry someone. It was always one night stands, flings, dates, you know, that consisted of a one night stand. You know, it was just like, it wasn't love though. And then at the end of it all, many people come to this place where they're unhappy because they're alone, and then they just deal with what, it's like they deal with the cards that they were dealt, is what I want to say. This person doesn't want that for themselves, and they see that if they continue on in the way that they've been moving, that they may end up that way. And they also are aware that the pool, like the options, is very small now. We know that. And I don't want to be negative, because when you are ready for a relationship, God will place the right person before you, right? There's so many aspects and dynamics to that though. However, that's how it goes. When you're healed and when you focus on yourself, that's when you're most attractive. So you're going to get more people coming towards you and wanting to talk to you. And then you choose who you want to be with, because they're going to come, because your energy is calling in people. You're not trying. It's just that God energy will draw people in. And it's up to you as to if you're going to use these people that come towards you, and the same thing for them. It's either they're going to use the people that come towards them for what they want and be clear about what it is that they expect from that situationship or relationship, or they're looking for someone to be with long term. So it's either, you know, one or the other. So this person doesn't want to fight anymore. They don't want to fight with themselves anymore. They just want to fight for love. So this person is in the energy of fighting for love and taming their wild wand. Okay? They no longer want their wand to be wild. Okay? They want to keep their wand tucked away just for you. And that's for a masculine or feminine energy. We all have wands. It's just a passion, right? It's just that the wand looks like a staff, and we know where the staff at. Okay, but still, the passion still resides in both masculine and feminine energy. So yes, that's what this is. This person wants your love. They tired of the wild wand days, and they're ready to strap down that wand. Yeah, so that's it for this message. Let me get a charm, because I'm guided to get a charm. Somebody said to me one of my shorts looked like I was high. I was like, what? That was funny. I said, are you aware that you look high? No. Are you high? That's just my face. I'm high off life, okay? How about that? Trying to know if I'm high with a spotlight. Did you hear the message? Nosy. It's your nosy ass. Okay, let me see. A shell and a flamingo. A pearl. A pearl. A flamingo. This person feels like you are in alignment, and you handle your own life very well, and they find that attractive, because usually when they meet people, they're out of sorts. Like the people that they meet are out of order. They seem like they don't know what to do with themselves. Like the people that they usually meet aren't as together as you. This person feels like you're very put together, and they know it took time for you to be this way with this pearl coming out, because pearls take a long time to formulate. It's like the pearl takes years to formulate. So they know that someone like you has worked very hard to be as aligned as you are, and they respect you very much for that, which is why they they've chosen to be intimate with you and give their love to you because they know that you're worthy. They didn't find anyone like you before, even if they were with someone else that they thought they were going to be with. When they compare you and them, there is no comparison. You are top tier. Yeah. So that's it for this message. Thank you for being here. If you would like to book a coaching call or reading with me, you can go to www.MNHONEYROSE.org. And also, you can purchase my books as well on that website. I also put them on the Fourth Wall website that's attached to this platform, so you'll see it under the video. All right? All right. I'll see you in the next message.